And then you decided to leave Kyiv. You like 5 days to get from Kyiv to Poland. So how was the way? I mean, what was the biggest challenge you had to deal with on your way to Poland?
The train, there are free trains right now from dangerous cities, but they are all stuck. You can just stand 8 hours in a train because there's no place to sit. So hopefully my family has a car, and my dad drove me to the border, like to the west of Ukraine, and then from there I took a bus to cross the border to Poland.
自从俄罗斯入侵乌克兰之后呢，我们就联络了我们所有的乌克兰朋友，想确认他们是不是安全的。但是有其中一位，我们花了1个星期的时间才联络到。他就是之前有在我们影片里面出现的塔雅，他也是乌克兰的 YouTuber。
联络到塔雅之后，我们才知道原来他将近60岁的父亲花了5天送他离开乌克兰，然后又自己回到基辅提枪上战场。
Before 24th of February, did you think it was possible for Russia to really invade Ukraine?
Honestly, myself, I didn't believe it. I thought that is, hype story about the war that Russia is going to attack. I thought this is not possible in 21st century. Like, if the whole world know that the country is going to invade, so they might do something before, right? But I was wrong, and that happened.
So when Russia really invaded Ukraine, what was the first reaction of people around you? What was your first reaction?
Well, it was very early morning, around 5 a.m. as if I remember. I heard actually bomb. It wasn't very loud, but it was like, kind of fireworks sound. So, first thought in my mind, well, is it like war? And I was like kind of making joke in my head, but then yes, it turned out to be that it is a war, and people around me, they are all scared.
You decided to leave Kyiv after a few days, and what was the situation on that day?
I left Kyiv after 2 or 3 days. There, one of the main aims was to get Kyiv. Hopefully for me, I live in the area where it was safe back then. Now the whole Kyiv, I think, is not safe. I slept one night in a shelter. It was downstairs of the building, so it's not like a super, good bomb shelter that is very, very good constructed. It has everything. It's kind of like a dusty place, dusty room that no one uses for so many years. People also used subway as a shelter to sleep.
And then you decided to leave Kyiv, and from what we know, it took you like 5 days to get from Kyiv to Poland. So how was the way? I mean, what was the biggest challenge you had to deal with on your way to Poland?
The train, there are free trains right now from dangerous cities, but they are all stuck. You can just stand 8 hours in a train because there's no place to sit. So hopefully my family has a car, and my dad drove me to the border, like to the west of Ukraine, and then from there I took a bus to cross the border to Poland. When you are in such situation, you think about not convenience. Didn't have any other choice, and hopefully I did it then, because now it's more and more people are realizing they have to go out of the country. There are some points on the Polish border that people were waiting 3 days in a car just to cross the border. In my way, a bus was the best because it took me maybe 9 or 8 hours of waiting on a bus, and this is considered pretty fast.
You are in Poland now, so are you going to stay in Krakow?
Honestly, I don't have any specific plan so far, because my biggest plan was just to get out of the country and just to, stay somewhere where there's food and to calm down and to think. I still don't believe that happens. For me, it's all like a nightmare. I still will hope that tomorrow I wake up and everything will be as the same before, but it wouldn't. So I will see where I go, because there are more and more programs different countries making for Ukrainians.
这是塔雅的父亲，虽然年近60，还是自愿从军保卫家园。他所属的军团需要财政支持，如果你有意赞助，我们把汇款资讯列了出来，目前只收美金，给你参考看看。
像塔雅这样从乌克兰逃到波兰的难民，已经超过了100万人了。那因为乌克兰有规定，18到60岁中间的男生没办法离开，所以他们中间很多人其实是要跟家人分隔两地的。